Get you someone who will hype you up the way Dale Earnhardt Jr. hypes up Josh Berry. We've got lots of NASCAR news to get to. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Happy Monday. We've got lots to talk about. We have one, maybe two Truck Series drivers changing rides. Dale Jr. tweets about Josh Berry and the Busch Light clash at the Coliseum. What exactly is that event supposed to be? We'll get to all that and more. First, the holidays are here. We're right in the thick of it. Across the board's NASCAR racing game is the perfect gift for the NASCAR fan in your life. It's simple, easy to play. It's great for both small groups and perhaps large family gatherings. All of Across the Board's games are made in America, handcrafted in St. Louis. Their games are built to last generations. It'll make a great gift for any racing fan. To learn more and to see other Across the Board games and products, click the top link down in the description below. And be sure to use code OOTG for free shipping. Thanks to Across the Board for sponsoring this episode. Let's get to the news. I feel like I've been making this face a lot lately when reacting to NASCAR news. I read something or I hear something and I'm not like, whoa, or what? I'm just, this is the face I made a couple days ago when NASCAR announced that the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum pre-race show would feature Cypress Hill, a hip-hop group that I believe kind of blew up in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. I must admit I'd never really heard of them before this. There's one of their songs, Insane in the Brain. That song, I was looking up some of their hits on YouTube. I have heard that song. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I have heard that song. So they must have some hits. I'm sure there are some fans out there that are really excited about this. There are probably others like me who are wondering, who are these people? I'm not here to dunk on Cypress Hill. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Clearly, they're talented. They've amassed a major audience. They've done great things in the past. I'm not sure they're the most relevant group today. If I compare this Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum concert announcement, which is taking place in Los Angeles, spitting distance from Hollywood, California, to the IndyCar Hy-Vee Iowa race weekend concert announcement, there is no comparison. I don't know how IndyCar and Hy-Vee are affording that. It sounds like by jacking up the price of tickets 2 or 3 times what they used to be, but that lineup, which features Carrie Underwood, Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown Band, Ed Sheeran, dwarfs Cypress Hill at the Busch Light Clash. No disrespect to Cypress Hill. This is just facts. I understand Cypress Hill, more culturally relevant to California, to the West Coast, to Los Angeles, so I get it. But I guess the reason I looked at that announcement like this is because I guess I assumed the point of building a temporary track inside of a football stadium every year in the heart of Los Angeles was to attract a younger generation of fans. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong, but I don't think Cypress Hill is going to sell tickets to 25-year-olds. I highly doubt it. Last year with Pitbull and Ice Cube was pushing it, both a little older, I think a little past their prime, but they're both legends of the industry, so I think it was okay. I'm not sure Cypress Hill is on that same tier, so I don't know. Compared to that IndyCar announcement a few weeks ago, this Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum concert announcement is a letdown, in my opinion. I don't know, if NASCAR is going to put in all the effort, all the work to race inside a stadium in LA, I wish they'd go just a little further and try to land a younger, more mainstream pop artist or hip hop artist. Someone that's actually going to sell tickets to 25-year-olds. That's just my opinion. Now, there's a whole nother debate to be had. Should races be music festivals? Like that IndyCar thing in Iowa next summer looks great, but I've seen many fans complaining that their tickets are now 3 or 4 times what they cost last year to go. You're starting to price out a lot of the hardcore race fans who primarily just want to see an IndyCar race. That can be an issue. I compare that to Formula One. When I lived in Austin for a few years, billboards would go up around the city promoting the US Grand Prix, and you'd see Imagine Dragons, Bruno Mars, Britney Spears, and in the corner, tiny F1. Now, that was before Drive to Survive took off, so maybe nowadays the F1 logo is a little bigger on the billboards. But the point is, F1 in Austin, which is an event city, they've got ACL, South by Southwest, they promoted that as a music festival first and a international auto race second. And it worked for them. We'll see if what Hy-Vee and IndyCar are doing in Iowa works out for them. I'm sure it will. I'm okay with turning a select number of motorsports events into festivals. I do think it can be a great way to engage with the casual viewer who may otherwise not give stock car racing or open wheel racing a chance. I guess I was just hoping that, a NASCAR exhibition race in the heart of Los Angeles, California, could attract someone closer to an Ed Sheeran type that IndyCar was able to get. I'm just scratching my head a little bit. That's why I'm making this face a lot. Just trying to figure out exactly what NASCAR wants out of the Clash at the Coliseum. I thought it was to attract newer, younger fans. Remember last year they touted that nearly 70% of ticket buyers were attending their first ever NASCAR race. They kept throwing that statistic in our face. NASCAR has one of the oldest fan bases of any major sport. This race is a great opportunity to get younger. I wish they could find a music act that would help those efforts. That's just me. I'm still planning to go to the Clash at the Coliseum, and actually I'm hoping to bring someone who's never been to a NASCAR race before, so I'll be curious to see their reaction to NASCAR at the Coliseum with Cypress Hill. I don't know, maybe this was just a pointless rant. Anyway, Tricon Garage, Toyota's new Truck Series operation, announced a fourth full-time driver today. 21-year-old Dean Thompson will drive the number 5 Toyota full-time next year. Thompson Pipe Group will be the sponsor. This is interesting for a couple of reasons, but first, just a few weeks ago, when David Gilliland Racing first announced the brand change and manufacturer change, they announced Tanner and Taylor Gray would race full-time, as well as Corey Heim. They had a fourth truck, the number 1 truck, listed as sort of an all-star truck. Different drivers would race that seat part-time. I don't know if the 1 truck still exists. There's no 4 truck limit in the Truck Series, but now Thompson's gonna race the 5, which previously had never been announced. One rumor floating around is that Hailie Deegan is going to stay in the Truck Series for another year, and perhaps this is David Gilliland, sort of, an act of goodwill, a nice gesture of sorts, letting Deegan keep the number 1 branding for whatever new team she drives for. Hey, sorry we left you out to dry switching to Toyota this year, but hey, at least you can keep the number 1. I don't know. She is the series, most popular driver. If anyone should get to keep their number, I guess it's the most popular. I don't know, that's just a theory, I'm just spitballing. Back to Dean Thompson. He tweeted earlier today, "I'm ready to show everyone what I've got. Thank you DGR, Toyota Racing, for this opportunity." Yeah, I'm curious to see what Dean Thompson's got too. Last year, Dean Thompson raced full-time in trucks for the first time ever with Nice Motorsports. Was not an impressive year, didn't nab a single top 10 finish. But maybe I can excuse that. Nice Motorsports was in a weird place last year. You had Carson Hocevar, making a lot of enemies along the way, but running top 5, top 10 consistently. And then you had the other niche trucks, often outside the top 20 in a group. I'm not sure if there was just a huge disparity in equipment, if it was talent, I don't know. So I guess we will find out this coming year, exactly what Dean Thompson's got. Toyota's in an interesting place. They still haven't announced any Xfinity drivers for Joe Gibbs Racing. I mean, presumably, John Nemechek, Sammy Smith, we've heard are the front runners to race full-time Xfinity, but we don't know that for sure. We now know that Tricon Garage is the replacement for KBM. Well, you look at Tricon's lineup, you got Corey Heim, who's been a Toyota guy. You got the Gray brothers, who I think are decent, but obviously they have family connections to that team. And now with Dean Thompson, and it looks like a family-owned company sponsoring him next year, I don't really know what kind of talent Toyota has over there. It sounds like Corey Heim is really the only driver there that they're really invested in. According to today's report, Dean Thompson is joining Toyota Racing Development, but I don't know what that means. So we'll see. Toyota, they have seats. They're just kind of short on drivers to fill them, it seems. I don't know. I just think it's interesting that Tricon's got at least 4 drivers now lined up, and JGR's Xfinity team has made no announcements yet. Waiting patiently, more like impatiently at this point. I feel like I'm being more negative than usual in this episode. I apologize. Let's wrap this video up with some positive news out of Junior Motorsports. First, earlier this morning, Junior Motorsports announced a returning sponsor for Josh Berry. Jarrett will sponsor Berry for 6 Xfinity races next season. That's awesome. This comes just a few weeks after Bass Pro Shops announced they would sponsor 11 races next year for Josh Berry. So Josh Berry, between Tire Pros returning, Jarrett returning, and now Bass Pro getting more involved, that A-car's got to be getting pretty close to fully funded for next year, which is huge Because Josh Berry, he's had to earn his way into the NASCAR ranks. Berry doesn't come with funding. They've got to go out and find partners who are willing to take a chance on Josh Berry the same way Dale Jr. has been willing to take chances on him all these years. And for the most part, it's paid off for Dale Jr. Heck, in Berry's first full-time Xfinity season this last year, he made it to the championship 4, won 3 races. So Berry, 32 years old, a little older than your typical NASCAR prospect, if you will, these days, but the talent's clearly there. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. continued to hype up his boy by putting this tweet out this weekend. Josh Berry is a Cup champion waiting for a Cup owner who wants to be a Cup champion owner. I mean, that's about as high praise as you can give a driver. My only thought is, then do it, Dale. Buy a charter. You just said, but Josh Berry's going to win you a championship. I'm sure that'll help offset the cost of, a $20 or $30 million charter, right? Eventually? I don't know. Either way, high praise, of course, from Josh Berry's current boss, but I think at this point, longtime hype man. I believe Dale Jr.'s tweet was prompted by Josh Berry winning the pole for yesterday's Snowball Derby down at Five Flags Speedway. I believe this was just Josh Berry's second ever attempt at the Snowball Derby, and he won the pole. I think he ran top 10. He ended up spinning out late. But clearly had speed, let everyone know he was there, put the racing world on notice, which obviously Josh Berry's been doing for years now, but still, I mean, yeah, I don't blame Dale Jr. for tweeting that. Josh Berry's great. He's really good. Is he a Cup Series champion? Just waiting for that Cup Series opportunity? Maybe. It's encouraging that Junior Motorsports has been able to find sponsorship for him the last 2 seasons. I mean, especially now going into 2023 with Bass Pro's involvement, it sounds like he's got the vast majority of his races covered. That's awesome. It would be great if one day in the near future, some of that sponsorship money was able to follow him to Cup. It'd be great. It would be a perfect story, a perfect storm, if he goes Cup racing with Dale Jr. and Junior Motorsports, but that feels like a long shot every single day. But I wanted to end this video on some positive news. Josh Berry absolutely deserving of a great NASCAR opportunity. He has that in the Xfinity Series, and Dale Jr. seems to believe sky's the limit for his boy. Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you were a Cup Series owner today, and you had to look at the Xfinity, the Truck Series, you had to look anywhere, who would be your top draft pick? I did a video like that maybe a year or 2 ago. Maybe we should do that again this offseason, like a mock draft, a NASCAR draft. I think Josh Berry would be near the top of that list, but let me know down in the comment section below what you think. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We talk NASCAR news, we discuss rumors all year long, even during the off season. As always, a big thank you to my Patreon supporters as well for going above and beyond to keep this channel growing. I truly appreciate you guys. I will see you again very soon. I've been working on some projects outside of the studio here. Can't wait to share those with y'all, hopefully in the next few weeks, hopefully before Christmas. That's the goal. That's the plan. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you in the next episode.